Okay, right, very quick run through on levels. I know a lot of you guys are still struggling with the levels, and they are the hardest part to master of the business. Once you've mastered the levels, you're pretty much unbeatable, but it does take a lot of time and a lot of discipline as well. So let me quickly start DXY 4 hour. So when you're counting the levels on the 4 hour, we know, so for every 3 levels on the 1 hour is 1 hour on the is one level on the 4 hour. So for every level on the 4 hour chart, you want 3 levels on the 1 hour chart. And then once you get the 1 hour reversal and then the reset, that's when it will then move up to the next level on the 4 hour. So counting levels as well, there has to be, obviously you're looking for the EMA crosses the same as the 1 hour, 1350 for level 1, the 5200 for level 2, and level 3, if you get the 200 and 800, it's a very strong indication that you're moving to level 3, or if not, then you want all the EMAs spread out in order like this. So counting levels quickly here, it's quite obvious. It's like steps. So 1, 2, 3. You're not counting these little levels in between. So these are levels on the 1 hour, but not the 4 hour. So this is probably on the 1 hour, 1, 2, 3 peak. On the 4 hour, you want proper new levels made and pullbacks per level, because you know that every pullback on the 4 hour is a reversal and a reset on the 1 hour. Okay? So when you're counting levels on the 4 hour, like I say, don't be counting all these little bits in between. You want to be counting the big areas where price clearly makes new levels, and then you get a consolidation period and then a pullback. So a lot of the levels on the 4 hour are quite easy to spot because they all seem to break the 13 EMA. So broke the 13 there, 1, broke the 13 there, 2, broke the 13 there. Okay, so you know you're up to level 3 here. And like I say, so every time it does break the 13 on the 4 hour chart, this is actually a level 3 reversal on the 1 hour chart before the reset, and up we go. DXY last week, it decided to do a triple peak, which even I was having second thoughts at one point, wondering if it was going to reset on the 4 hour, because you do expect a multi-session always. So even when this came down here, I did kind of sense it to come back up. And there was a trade late on Friday a couple of weeks ago that you could have got down here before markets closed. But when the new week began, it came up again for a third hit to the high. But unless this level here is completely broken, it does break it a little bit, but this is hitting stops and activating orders to move it away in the other direction. Unless it breaks this peak and keeps going and makes new highs, then you're not considering that a reset. I was still looking for sales at this point, but you need to be aware of how price reacts to this level. Another good sign as well is by going to the 1 hour chart. And since the peak formation came down and looked like it had reversed, obviously we know as well we can trade back to the peak off Mayo. You can trade both ways on level 3. Also, on the 4-hour chart, there's no 1350 cross until the actual reversal here. So until you get that cross, you know that you're still in a level 3, so you can trade both ways. So back to the 1-hour chart. If you look, because you do expect, like I say, a multi-session in the 4-hour before a major reversal. So you can say 1, 2, and then 3. So even though it's broke this peak, the fact it's made 3 levels on the 1-hour, you're looking for that reversal, and you know it's level 3 on the 4-hour, and then you're looking to see how price reacts. It takes out the peak and instantly it comes back, and then this is when you can get the reversal the day after. You're waiting for that clean pattern. They threw up a massive, this was a news candle, and they threw a massive spike up to trick people one last time, get more buyers on, and then boom, pull it away. As they pull it away, there's the 1350 cross, and then away we go. Level 1, level 2 on the 1-hour. We know on level 2 we expect stop hunt to Mayo, or the pullback to the 50 EMA, 50-50 bounce continuation, which is kind of what we got today on DXY. So on the 4-hour, we knew there's a cross there, level 1. So although it's level 2 on the 1-hour, it's only level 1 on the 4-hour. So we wanted to pull back today, and this is like a 50-50 bounce as well on the 4-hour, and then tomorrow it should make its way down to level 3 on the 1-hour and level 2 on the 4-hour. We will then expect a reset on the 1-hour, pull back, and then, a reversal on the 1-hour. And then the reset and continues down on the 4-hour. I hope that makes sense. So we know I use the DXY a lot with my pairs. It gives a very strong indication what my dollar pairs are going to be doing. So usually with GU, EU, AU, it does the opposite. With CAD, it does round about the same, but USD CAD can have a mind of its own sometimes. So on level 2, you always expect the stop hunt. And when you're trading levels, it's quite easy to make a strong plan that you can't deviate from. That you know, on level 1, you look for safety trade, straightaways, or any of the strong patterns we talk about, 50-50-50. You don't need any stop hunt on level 1. Level 2, that's the one that we always look for a stop hunt. I wouldn't advise anyone taking any patterns out the box on level 2. If you see a continuation trade on level 2 and you think it's going to go down to level 3, then just remind yourself that you're on level 2, and 9 times out of 10 they will do a stop hunt. So they might show you a pattern for a continuation, and you take it, and then it comes straight back when you hit your stop, and then goes up or down 25 to 50 pips and does a stop hunt to mail on the 15-minute, which on the 1 hour would be the 50-50 bounce. So let's look at GU as well. So once again, don't overcomplicate. All I see here, you just look at it. You don't need to make up levels and think, oh, is this a level? Is this not? It's not a level because it's hardly broke this peak here. And plus on level 2, what do we want? The 50-200 cross. So 1, 2, and now as this continues up, we're going to get that cross probably tomorrow. That will confirm level 2 on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour, it's level 3 though. So we might get another push up and then the pullback on the 4 hour to do the 50-50 bounce and then continue up to level 3. GJ on the 4 hour. So I count this as level 1 and then I count all of this as level 2 because it's not broken the 13 EMA the whole way up. There's no pullbacks here. So this is just one big level. When you're counting levels on the 4 hour, like I say, you want the 13 EMA break because what that is the 1 hour level 3 reversal before the reset. There was a small reset in here on GJ, but it's quite hard to spot. So this was the first reset, and this is 1, 2, 3. This is the second reset. So it's it's hard to spot, and these ones that don't drop a lot are a lot harder to spot. Obviously, in an ideal world, you want a proper level 3 reversal, come down here, make a W, and then reset. It's not always going to work that way. It's not always black and white, but once you know what to look for and you can spot the little tricks that they play. So this is broke the Asian range low, big pins. It might not look like much, but it has dropped 50 pips. So that's a little reset in there. So then we count again. 1, still 1 because it's not properly broke this peak. 2, 3. So I have GJ level 3 on the 1 hour, level 2 on the 4 hour. So we're definitely expecting some sort of drop, break the 13, maybe even this would be a massive drop if it came down to the water. But we will be expecting a drop and at least a break of the 13, and then a reset and then continue up one more level. And that obviously moves in line with GU as well. GJ, GU move in sync and they move very well together. So 1, 2. So when they're the same level, that is extra confirmation that your levels are right. You're doing good. You've got it all kind of worked out what's going on. And the fact that DXY is also going to come down to level 2 tomorrow, hopefully. It's another good sign that we're correct with our bias on other pairs. So G Swiss was very messy, as you can see. This was a long level 1 consolidation period. Until that 1350 cross there, I didn't consider this as level 1, only here. Okay, so level 1. So at this point, I'm only looking for buys. So the only time I will trade against 4-hour bias is on level 3 reversals on the 1-hour chart. The only other time you could trade against bias is the stop hunt to Mayo on level 2 out the box, but that's a riskier trade and I don't recommend it, especially if you're learning. What I would say is the only time you want to trade against 4-hour bias is the 1-hour chart level 3 reversal. Okay. So looking at the 1-hour chart here, I know I'm just looking for buys. I'm on level 1 on the 4-hour. All I'm looking for is buys. So this is a pass, but this you could take if there's a trade in here at the start of London. This is a pass, but here's a W. This is a take. It's a pass. It's a pass. Here's another W. This is a take. You can be getting, by trading in line with bias, you can be getting pips almost every day. Okay, there's some days that it's going to go against, and you just miss this. You don't take it. But then you take this, you take this. So I can't stress enough how important it is to trade in line with bias. If you have the discipline to wait for the setups in line with the 4-hour and the line up on the 1-hour and the 15-minute, then they are absolute gold, solid gold. They're the ones that are going to pay you 9 times out of 10. You don't need to go through drawdown. You don't need to be stressed out and nurturing a trade. You put the trade on, you go straight into profit, and it doesn't come near your stop loss. It just flies all the way to your TP. They're the ones we want, stress-free. So 4-hour bias, trade in line. You look for the resets on the 1-hour to complete the cycle on the 4-hour, and you look for the reversals on the 1-hour for the pullback on the 4-hour. It sounds confusing, I'm sure, but when you master this stuff, take your time, go over it, back test it, live and die by it on the charts, and you'll see it'll make a massive difference to your trading. Let's look at EU. So this was the 4-hour reversal right here. We're in level 1. Okay. Unless you get a reset back down, it's very unlikely. The resets in the 4-hour are not going to happen often. You might get one every couple of weeks, one every month. So you're pretty safe sticking to bias until a clear reset is found, and either you get the confirmation if this came back down, broke this peak, 1350 cross downwards, that would be a confirmation. But until it's confirmed, you have to trade in line with bias. UCAD was a good example of a 4-hour reset, actually. Because it only came down 2 levels and then it went up a level, you got the 1350 cross upwards. It also, the pullbacks on the 4-hour, we only expect to come to the 50 EMA, the water. When they come much further than that, that's when we know, right, okay, so that's broken water by over 80 pips. So that's a big pullback, and you've got the cross up the way. It's then continued down, taking out this peak, the 1350 of cross downwards. So then this is a confirmed reset. So then you count from here, 1, 2, 3. So UCAD on the 4 hour, I have level 3. I took a sell on UCAD in New York today for the one reason that on level 3 you can trade both ways, and on the 4 hour chart you're wanting a multi-session pattern. So you know it's not going to reverse off a single leg. So the fact it's up here, it's made a little M on water, shark fin first leg, little divergence here as well. Entry was in line with New York session right here, 230. Take it down, bottom of Asia, 30 odd pips, just missed. Just missed. But once you see it pull back like this, you can either close or you hold the trade, and then you close 6 o'clock there. Still in profit. But what I'd suggest is when it's getting close to your TP like this, it's safer just to take, especially unless it's a big level 3 reversal, when you're expecting lots and lots of pips. You're better just being happy with what you've got and taking it, because these little pullbacks are no fun to be caught up in when you're seeing your profits just go down and down and down. Don't be greedy. So EU done exactly what we wanted today. So on the 4 hour, we know it was level 1. There's a cross to confirm. 1 hour chart, 1, 2. So level 2, we want the stop hunt to mail. The stop hunt to mail is usually on the 15-minute chart, but they can do extended stop hunts. On the 1 hour, we'd expect the stop hunt to the water and then the 50-50 bounce, but they do go past a lot of the time because it traps people. People see the EMAs getting broken and then they sell, and then it comes back. It breaks EMA's high, so people are buying. Then it breaks EMA's low, people are selling. So by that point, there's so many orders built up above and below that then they're ready to move off and make their money. Obviously, we know that we're on level 2 buys on the 1 hour chart and level 1 buys on the 4 hour chart. So we're only looking for buys. We want that stop hunt, we want the little pattern, and then we want the buy. It gave you a little W here in the 1 hour. On the 15, you've got a W there. I didn't take this trade because it was bad timing for me. So I don't trade between 11 and 2:30 for the simple reason that between the times, there's a lot of traps. There's a lot of things that look good and don't pay. Also, it's nice to take a break during the day. I'm on charts from 6:30 in the morning till 11 a.m. and then 2:30 till about 5 or 6 in the afternoon or evening. So having that break in between, you come back to New York session, you've got a clear mind, a fresh mind. You're not chasing those unnecessary losses by forcing trades between sessions. You come back, you're ready to go, you know what you want. If it comes, great, you take it. If it doesn't, you move on to the next day. And there's no problem, because as long as you wait for the setup, they will come. Usually 1 a day, sometimes 2 a day. Even if you can only get 3 or 4 a week, 5 a week, it's more than enough that you can be making enough money to be completely free from your regular 9 to 5, travel, do what you want. That's the power of Forex. But you just need to have that discipline and patience. So we're still in level 2 buys on the 1 hour. But on the 4 hour, we're still in level 1 buys. So we will be looking for a rise tomorrow. And that ties in nicely with the DXY as well, which we expect to drop. AU, the cycle's actually been beautiful on the 4 hour chart. So if you can see here, level 1, here's the reversal on the 1 hour, and this is a reset. 1350 cross, level 1. Level 3 reversal 1 hour, reset, level 2. It's not broken the 13, and you're waiting on this cross. There's a break, there's a cross, level 2 confirmed. Then this is another level 3 reversal on the 1 hour and another reset. So I would say this is now level 3 on the 4 hour, but I'm hoping for another push up. I think it may break the 800 and make one more push and then make a reversal pattern and come down. But we are looking for another push, which obviously ties in with DXY, GU, EU, all my correlating pairs, UCAD. UCAD, like I say, level 3 on the 4 hour since this reset. On the 1 hour though, I actually have a small reset in here, level 1, level 2. So what we might get is another drop down to new lows to make a level 3 on the 1 hour. And what that will do is it will make a divergent W on the 4 hour. So second leg might be lower than this leg, but it will still be in the band and it'll be divergent. This is a shark fin. This is the first leg. So it could still come down here and then complete the W and come up. So we'll see how that plays out tomorrow. But I fully expect buys. Fully expect DXY to be coming down lower. The resets, like I say, you're not going to get them often on the 4 hour. I wouldn't consider a reset on DXY unless price came up towards this peak again, 1350 cross upwards, and also the break of the water by a good amount, because the pullbacks in the 4 hour always usually to the 50 EMA. As you can see, sometimes it breaks a little bit, but it'll pull straight back. These are the ideal reversals on the 1 hour that come to the water on the 4 hour, and then you get that 50-50 bounce up to the next level. So, like I say, get your level on the 4 hour. Get a whiteboard, write all your levels and all your pairs from the 4 hour chart, and only trade in line with that bias unless it's a level 3 reversal on the 1 hour. Okay, the time I would break that is if there looks to be a big reset, say you had a pattern, say you thought this was the reversal, and then you get a pattern this clean on the 4 hour, shark fin first leg, back in the band second leg, on an EMA, then you have to take that trade if you get a clean pattern, because then that looks like it's going to be a reset on the 4 hour. So when you get that clean pattern, but they don't happen often. And even if you get burned by one reset every 3-4 weeks, that happens on the 4 hour, you're going to be good with all the other trades that you're taking in between. Nobody expects to be making 100% win rate on their trades anyway. There's always going to be mistakes and losses here and there, but the best way to lower the mistakes and move your win rate sky high, as high as you possibly can get it, is just by trading in line with the 4 hour, unless it's that level 3 reversal on the 1 hour. So yeah, any questions, guys, just let me know. I'm always here, always happy to help. Forex, I live and die by, absolutely love it, as you guys all know. So yeah, please feel free to get in touch. Any questions at all, more than happy to help. And good luck on the charts tomorrow and the rest of the week. Okay.